Hello and welcome to the Schwartz Advisors Report. I'm Emma Henderson, Managing Editor of Aftermarket News, and with me today is Rick Schwartz, CEO of Schwartz Advisors. Hey, how are you doing?
Great, Emma. Good to be here.
And it's great to speak with you again because I feel like so much has happened since the last time we spoke. We're now entering the back half of 2025. So are there any changes in mergers and acquisition deal activity compared to the first half?
Well, it's a little bit of a mixed bag. The short answer is we are starting to see a lot more deal activity in just the last few weeks compared to what we saw in the first half of 2025. And in some of our recent conversations with private equity firms, they're also telling us that they're starting to see more deal activity, not just in the automotive aftermarket, but in all industries. So I wouldn't call it a trend yet. I would just say that definitely appears to be more deal activity, and we're keeping close tabs on that.
There's more interest right now, at least, bare minimum.
Yeah, mergers and acquisition processes take a while. And so for anything that's starting now, it's possible that it could get done before the end of this year. But a lot of people in the mergers and acquisition business have to take a little bit of a long-term view. So anything that's starting now and it's in the early stages, these are deal activity that actually could carry into 2026.
Gotcha. So what is the difference now at the beginning of the third quarter compared to the second quarter of 2025?
Yeah, so there's been a lot of uncertainty in the overall economy this year. Certainly, there are some aspects of the overall economy that are strong, and it's something that people take a look at. But tariffs have been just that one factor that has really slowed down deal activity, especially in the automotive aftermarket. So many different parts of our industry have been impacted by tariffs. It's increased the cost of goods. And there's also been a lot of uncertainty about the application of tariffs. They've been on, they've been off, they've been on again, but it's been a bit of a moving target. So when buyers and sellers are not really sure what the impact of tariffs will be on some of the near-term pricing, it makes it difficult to get deals done. So it doesn't stop deal activity, but it just slows things down.
Absolutely. So I'm curious if you can give us some examples of where Schwartz Advisors expects to see some of this future deal activity happening in the aftermarket.
Yeah, first of all, anything that is not as affected by tariffs is where we'll see deal activity. So, for instance, that could be some things in the collision industry, because some parts of the collision industry don't rely on as many imported parts. It's just getting work done. We've seen deals done in spite of tariffs. Recently, there was an announcement that a big chemical company, Zepp, that deal got completed. We continue to see some deal activity in the car wash industry. We saw a couple of deal announcements recently on that. So it's not so much a matter of where will the deal activity happen. It's really a matter of what deals are out there and where do the buyers and sellers feel more comfortable being able to do all the financial modeling that's necessary to get deals done.
And so are there any common threads? I mean, this is a lot to consider. So what are your high-level thoughts about the current state of M&A, especially aftermarket specific?
Yeah, one common thread we see is, business owners that start getting ready well in advance of when they intend to take their business out to market tend to do better, meaning their sale process goes more efficiently and they tend to get better results. So, getting ready to sell a business is a very time-consuming process. It could take anywhere from a couple of months to as much as a year or more to get ready. So rather than just being at the mercy of where the market is at any given time, we strongly urge business owners to do a lot of the homework ahead of time. And when you're doing the homework ahead of time, it doesn't really matter how things are going in the broad market. You're getting all your paperwork ready. You're getting all the parts of the deal process done ahead of time in terms of gathering information. And that way you can choose when you want to go to market. So that's one common thread. Another common thread, just going back to actual deal activity, we're seeing some activity in what's called corporate carve-outs. That's when businesses sell off parts of their company. They're doing that to raise cash. They're also doing that to maybe get more competitive so they can focus a lot of their resources on the core parts of their business. So I would say two common threads are get ready, and get ready now and well in advance of when you tend to go to sale. And it's also interesting to see, some of the larger corporations looking at spinning off parts of their business.
I think if there's anything I've learned from Schwartz advisors over the past year plus at this point, it's that preparation is truly key for almost everything.
Yeah, and we talk about it all the time, and you're right, Emma. It's preparation is important, and we do talk about it because a lot of the people on our team, a lot of the partners at Schwartz Advisors in previous careers have been involved in selling some of their own businesses or businesses that they where they worked. So we've seen it ourselves, but we also seen it with some of our clients and other companies that just did the homework. And I said this earlier about taking the long view. And it's so important. You just need to take the long view and know that if there's a chance that you may sell your business at some point, even if you haven't made a firm yes or no decision, it's so important to do some of that homework ahead of time because you give yourself the better chance of getting the optimal result if you do decide to sell your company.
Absolutely. That all makes sense to me. Rick, thank you so much for joining us today, and thank you to everyone else for watching.
Thanks, Emma.